If being bubblegum on the sole of the Tower Knight's feet is stressing you out and you'd rather be as cool as a cucumber in this Demon Souls boss fight, then grab a seat and prepare to be happy as I show you how to flat out embarrass this Iron Giant. First things first, before going through the fog wall, we've got some accounting to do. Head into your menu and check out what's on your fingers. The bling you want are the Thief and Cling Ring. The Thief Ring makes archers stupid and short-sighted, while the Cling Ring beefs up your health. You can live without both if you have to, but both rings just make this boss that much easier. If you don't have them, consider looking up a guide to help you go back and find them. Know that the Tower Knight detests nakedness, so take off most of your gear. Obviously we don't care about what a giant that's too ugly to show his face thinks, but what we do care about is not becoming his toe jam, and that means being able to run and roll and fight without getting asthma. Armor won't help you here as much as being light, so show some skin. But don't go in just yet. Unless you like being foot stomped all the way back to the very first boss room if you die, then before going through the fog wall, go to Settings, Exit Game, and click Save and Exit Game. Now close the game. That's right, you're too shit to beat this boss and you have to give up. No, I'm just kidding. What you're really doing is going into Settings to save your game to the cloud. Now if you die, and you shouldn't if you do everything I'm about to show you, but if you do die, then you can quit the game, reload your save, and bam, you'll be able to try again right from the fog wall. If you think that's cheesing the game, you're right. But it's a cheese that beats the double cheese of being trolled all the way back to the phalanx room if you don't believe in cheese. Don't be the cheesy, be the cheeser. Make a save. Okay, with all the accounting out of the way, we're good to go. But be ready. When you walk through that fog, the boss will be right there and his reaction to you will be pure RNG, meaning he can do any one of his moves. I'll show you his moves in a moment, but for now, what you want to try and do is pause the moment you go through the fog, see what he does, and try to react, with your main goal being to move forward and around him to the left to get some distance behind him. I recommend rolling as soon as you're past him too, just in case. Now there's a few archers lined around the top here, all trying to make a pincushion of you throughout the fight. That's the first one. If you kill the boss without killing any of the archers, you'll get a trophy, and I recommend that's the way to go. But first, while up top, the boss will be shooting ranged energy attacks at you. You'll hear him charge them up, and when he fires, you'll see a blue flash. Don't attack the archer until you hear that charge up and he fires, otherwise you could get hit by it whilst attacking an archer. Dispatching archers is easy peasy. They're incredibly stupid. Strafe walk left and right in front of them to make them miss you before you go in for the kill, and you can do that while you're waiting for the knight to fire his next ranged attack. If it takes you more than 2 swipes to kill an archer, don't worry, just back off and repeat the process of moving left to right to avoid their arrow and then go in for a second go. You just have to remember, don't panic and stay calm. Let's stop and look down at him and you can watch him throw one of his ranged attacks. Here it comes. There it is. Bam. Alright, back to the archers. If you go around the top in a circle, I like the anti-clockwise method because evading the Tower Knight at the start to the left is generally safer to my mind, but if you go around from the left all the way around in a circle, you kill all of the archers if you really want to. But I'm going to tell you it is way faster and easier to beat this boss without doing that, as long as you have the Thief Ring on, of course. The only reason I'm doing it right now is because I'm making a guide and I need to show you where they all are if you do this too. That, and if the archers are all gone, it'll make it a bit easier for me to take my time showing you all of the boss's moves when I finally get back down below. And actually there's another reason. I want you to see just how easy it is to evade these fellas by just walking left and right, even when you're right in front of them. See, if you died to this boss, clearing archers again and again is really tedious. Jon Snow wouldn't want to do it, and neither should you, especially if you want the trophy. Towards the end of this video, I'll show you fighting the boss with the archers alive, but for now that the archers are gone, let's go and look at the boss's moves. He's a medieval Jaeger that's like Brad Pitt, only bigger and not a vegan. He does have a weak Achilles though, which is fortunate because that's all you can reach without magic. Lock onto a foot and get ready to tickle it. First though, you need a safe opening to get there. What you're looking for, ideally, is his shield slam. When he does a shield slam, if you're out of reach of the AoE, you'll have time to get in and whack a foot. Do light attacks, don't do double-handed attacks, as light attacks help you move a bit faster. Hit twice, then get out to a decent range again. He has 2 shield slams, one's a vertical shield slam like that, and the other is the horizontal shield slam, which he's already done a couple of times and he'll do numerous times again. Don't be near him when he does either of them, but once he does do them, immediately go back in and give him a double whacking. The goal is to try and bait him to do his shield attack. You can kind of do this by hanging at the range that you're seeing me hang at here. Don't go too far away though, or he'll pull out his pokey stick, and that's a little harder to avoid. We'll get him to do that later. Once a foot is spewing blue energy, you should attack the other foot, but if you're on the wrong side of that foot, then think of it being safer to just chip away at the foot that's closer to you, even if it's already damaged. Otherwise, if you try to get to the other foot, you've got too far to run. That can put you in more danger, and not only that, because it takes time to get there, it might mean you only get a single swipe on it anyway before you have to retreat. So attack the closest foot to you is always the safer bet. That was his pokey stick attack. He mostly does that when you stand too far away from him. He'll telegraph it with a winding up cog gear-like sound. Just move back when you hear that and dodge roll backwards just as he does it. This arcing swing move with his stick is his other common attack. He'll also mostly do that when you're too far away. It's easy to avoid by keeping your distance and rolling back when you see him starting to do it. Basically, he's like a medieval T-Rex. As long as you keep a decent range, he won't be able to reach you. Now, I did say don't go for the furthest foot, so let's see what happens when we break that rule. As you can see, I end up only getting in one hit. It's kind of pointless. Here I can get in one, maybe two. Actually, if I'd gone for two, he would have stepped back and done his slam and I would have got hit, so that kind of proves the point. You don't really want to go for the furthest foot. This time we'll run for the foot that I'm locked onto, which is also the furthest foot, and just to show again, I really only have time to get in one hit. But hey, it did trigger him to do his leaping back move. That's another move you can do even if you're behind him. To avoid it, all you have to do is walk to the side. You can use magic range attacks on him as well, but as you can see, his shield blocks them all. Only way to use magic effectively is to target his body somewhere and use magic when his shield isn't in your way. The last thing you want to do in this fight is put yourself on the side of the boss that is closest to a wall. You want to lure him out to the center of the arena so you can stand on any side of him, but always stand on the side that has the most retreat room. If you get stuck on the side that's closest to a wall and he slams his shield, you're going down, and maybe you'll even die. And the last words that'll flash through your flat brain will be, I should have listened to Fuzzy. Nobody wants that, I don't want that. Save yourself the shame by always keeping yourself on a side that gives you maximum retreat room. Do enough damage to his feet and down he goes. Don't be near him when he does though, or it'll be pancake time. Once he's down, the real damage phase begins. Switch your grip to two hands and go to town on his Gulliver's Travels noggin like your life depends on it. Which it doesn't if you're following my video, but do it anyway. Now obviously I could have killed him just then with another swing, but I didn't for two reasons. First, if you don't kill him the first time you drop him, you need to know to move away when he starts to get up. If you don't, you'll take damage as he stands, and after he stands, when he slams his shield in anger, you'll take even more. The second reason is, I know exactly what you'd say if I'd killed him then and there in 3 hits. You'd say, wow, Fuzzy, you're overpowered, this guy does bullshit, get a real job. As if slaying giant medieval knights isn't a real job. In any case, level doesn't matter. I'm level 18 here. I don't know what level you'll be when you get here. You could be level 13, you could be level 30. I don't know. I'm not your mother. But I'll bet even your mother realizes that the only difference in power level with this fight, once you know all the moves, and now you do, is how long it takes to win, and that's it. You could do this naked with fists at level 1 blindfolded on a treadmill if you wanted to. Oh yeah, notice I'm two-handing my weapon even after hitting him in the head, where normally you should switch back to single hand. Two-handed makes you a little bit slower, not that much slower, but a little bit. It can be enough to put you in danger if you get into a bad position. It's much better for doing damage and it can make the fight go faster, but it's not really worth it. If you want to play the game safe, just single hand your weapon. Don't do what I'm doing right now. Of course, do what I say, not what I do. I'm doing two-handed right now because I've already shown all of the boss's moves and I just want to do a little bit more damage to finish the fight off a little bit quicker, but make no mistake, I am putting myself in a little bit more danger to do it. It's only going to take 1 or 2 more hits for him to go down. There he goes. Now back away from him, move to the other side of the shield, get ready to lock onto his Googie Egg, and damn it, I'm going to kill him single-handed. And there it is, done. See, once you know the moves and you know the mechanics and you know how to deal with this fight, it ain't so bad. But wait, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, but you said don't kill the archers and you killed the archers, so that was easy for you. Yep, I did, but I did it to show you, nothing more. Now I'll show it all again for you, only this time with the archers all still alive. And basically start it the same as before, where you wait at the start and you avoid his attacks by running around to the left to create some distance behind him. This time the archers will randomly fire. The Thief Ring will make many of them lose sight of you, but pretty much there'll be arrows flying around the whole place. But remember in the first part when I showed how easy it was to avoid archer fire by standing right in front of them and just walking left and right? Well, I did that for a reason, and that's to show you that you can basically do the same thing down below here. So long as you keep moving, so long as you move left and right and forward and back and just keep moving, just don't stop, chances are the archers will miss you every time they fire. It is possible you could get hit, that's not impossible, but you have a very high, if not a 99% chance of that not happening, so long as you keep moving. Just think serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. And as you can see, I'm keeping moving and I haven't been hit yet at all. The biggest risk of being hit really is when you stop to do some damage on the boss, but the animation of swinging your sword usually causes you to dodge those shots by default too, which is kind of funny. If you do get hit by an archer and you need to heal, run for the fog door that's at the back near the stairs, the one in between the two stairs that are going up to the archers. You can pop a heal at the back fog door there, that's the safest place to heal up. But don't stay there, it's good to fight the boss from there because the archers find it harder to even hit you there, but honestly it's hard as hell to fight the boss there without taking damage, so don't do that, just move back to the middle of the arena and continue doing what I'm doing here. Do it this way and you'll end the fight fast and you'll get the trophy for killing the knight without killing any archers. This won't work though if you get greedy. If you stop and you try to wail away on his leg with more than 2 hits, then you're probably going to get hit by archer fire. So don't hit his feet more than once or twice every time you go in, and once you do go in and you hit him, then back away. I couldn't get in then. See, he's too close to the wall there, so I have to lure him out from there to make sure that I can have a chance to get in to hit him. Otherwise, right now, it's just too hard to get past his shield and hit him. I don't have to worry about the archers though, so long as I keep moving left, right, back and forward, random movements, and maintain my perfect distance from him. I'm a little far now, so he's using his pokey stick, but as I showed earlier, that's easy to avoid just by staying far enough and rolling backwards. So now he's moved out, now we're good. As soon as he does a shield slam, we'll go in and we'll attack his feet again. It's a very simple strategy this, you only need to put it into practice. Now you know all of his moves, you know how to avoid the archer fire. There's nothing really more for me to say apart from do what I've shown. I'm not going to prolong this fight like I did the last one either, there's no need. You've seen enough, I've talked enough. Just remember, don't panic, stay calm, keep moving, and wait for his shield slams, then go in and hit him twice on the feet. And that's it, that's all you have to think about. And given that you don't have to think about much at all now, you should have a little wiggle room to think about giving this video a like. Do that and I'll donate 10 souls to the poor neglected dredgelings of Boletaria. Or I'll kill them. Either way, a like will help. Thanks for watching, now go kick the Tower Knight's ass.